storm in the area that it covers is gigantic. We have winter storm warnings that run all the way from New England all the way down to Mexico. This is just incredible. And the thing is, it's not a big storm doing it. It's a lot of little waves on an Arctic front, and the end result, though, is this is huge. I mean, there's 2,300 miles of warnings there. We have warnings here. Winter storm, ice storm warnings. They're the same thing. They're just different verbiages. The end results will be the same pretty much wherever you are in the purple or the pink. The advisory is for lesser amounts of stuff across the south and southeast. Here's our forecast. This is all going to be freezing rain. So you're looking 1/3 to 3/4 of an inch. For a lot of us, we're kind of using a 1/2 inch as a benchmark, plus or minus either side. At a 1/2 inch, you start getting into some real world problems. 1/3 of an inch still can have some problems. 3/4 of an inch, now you're pushing the level that we saw for the 03 ice storm in Lexington. To the south of that, there's going to be more rain, and it'll take longer for the ice to begin to form. 1/4 to a 1/2 inch still causes a lot of real world problems, especially for driving Thursday night and Friday. And then lesser amounts of ice, 1/10 of an inch or less across southern and southeastern Kentucky. So there's your bottom line. What we are looking at with this, again, that threshold that we were giving you. So we've highlighted the 1/2 to 3/4. So we're going on the high side of that. At that point, you get tree and power line damage. Power outages are likely. Roads can become impassable. And I really think roads are going to become an issue for us as we go into tomorrow night and Friday because of the fact that you can't pre-treat with all the rain and the freezing rain itself, and the fact that it's also going to get really cold really fast. For the lesser amounts of ice, especially to the south, again, you still run into problems. There are real world disruptions that do take place. I don't think we start pushing the crippling category, but we'll keep a very close eye on any new developments. So what we've got out of this, a major ice and snowstorm in the Ohio Valley. That is going to happen. For central and eastern Kentucky, significant icing, again, that 1/2 inch benchmark, plus or minus a little bit either side of that. Best case scenario, how this forecast can miss is a 33-degree rain. That's within the margin of error that we use for forecasting, which is plus or minus 2 degrees. So a 33-degree rain, and we end up with just a lot of water, and you're thinking what happened, and thanking goodness that we didn't get the ice. For southern southeastern Kentucky, by the way, I do not expect that to happen. That's the best case scenario. That is our forecast, the 1/2 inch of ice, plus or minus. The transition will take place much later across the south and southeast. Just rain tonight and tomorrow early, deteriorating conditions tomorrow afternoon and evening. Bitterly cold air will be following this. So the transition will happen from northwest to southeast. I expect a pause in that movement of the transition as a wave comes up on the front, and that's why you have the skippage in time moving across the south, and it won't be till after midnight for a lot of folks tomorrow night across the far southeast. So here's how an ice storm happens. You look at temperatures surface and aloft. So 11 o'clock tonight, it's normal. It's cooler aloft than it is at the surface, and it's also pretty warm. We go then to tomorrow morning. You notice it's flipped. This is now what we call an inversion. Temperature at the surface flirting with freezing. It's in the 40s, a mile over your head. You notice all the pink showing up now. There's the freezing rain for you. 11 o'clock in the morning, we're below freezing over much of central Kentucky, mid-40s, a mile over your head. That's how we end up with the freezing rain. By 7 o'clock, temperatures are plummeting, although a mile up, it is still warm. That's when you can see that horrible accretion of ice across a good part of the road surfaces, and it just gets worse as we continue into Friday morning. So the bottom line is, until we are able to reverse that and get things back to normal where it gets colder the higher up you go, we've got that freezing rain scenario. Where that will not be the case, where you're going to see the snow, is to our north and west. If you are traveling Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri tomorrow, you're not. At least not driving there. Heavy rain. And again, look at that swath of heavy rain. We could pick up 2 to 3 inches of rain, and we have flood watches across the south and southeast. Tomorrow morning, we'll be on with Jack Patty from 9:05 to about 9:20. Tune in on News Talk 590 WVLK 97.3 FM for the latest on this storm as it works its way across the area. For tonight, you are looking at rain continuing. Some of that will be heavy. Low 40s. Tomorrow, temperatures are falling through the day into the upper 20s by the end of the afternoon. Your ice storm warning, but all rain in the southeast. Ends with some snow potential for us on Friday. But look at the cold. We could get down around 0 Saturday morning. Keith has sports right after this.